This scene, this moment of Bilbo in his study is a critical and important one. It's an inception point for the journey that's about to begin. It's a conclusion of this extraordinary story. Plus, it's a much loved and beautiful space.
There's something so charming and there's something so special about this scene, about Ian Holmes, Bilbo Baggins, about the coziness of Bag End and about the storytelling in that scene that just captivated everyone.
This piece, I think, is in a way the quintessential Lord of the Rings piece for the anniversary. It's Bilbo narrating the story. I think it speaks to the storytellers in all of us.
We try and bring a level of detail to every collectible we do, but boy, have Dave Tremont and Leonard and Dan Coxell gone completely over top with this one.
One of my favourite things about the scene and about the collectible is that it's so rich in detail. Bag End is completely full of the detritus of Bilbo's existence.
Getting to try and replicate faithfully and honestly and in reverence to the work that the art department did on this beautiful set has been a very special experience.
Dan Falconer found a lot of reference of all the little bits and pieces that are around the study. And of course, they're all, back in the day, are man-made things. So that was the natural option, was to model make them.
It harked back to the old days when we would work on miniatures. So there was a nostalgia to that, and us model nerds, man, we just love making stuff in miniature. So to have a whole room to play with was just incredibly exciting.
Dave Tremont, of course, led the model making on this piece, and he's a natural with regard to that because he's so fastidious with his intricate details.
For me personally, being able to make all of those components and see all the other creative elements come in to fit into all of that and work and fit together perfectly and look correct. It's just such a joy.
One of the really fun things was making all the little paper props, which are all replicas of the actual paper props that calligrapher Daniel Reeve made for the movies.
As a figure painter, it's always a huge joy to paint one of Daniel Coxell's sculpts, and I think as Ian Holm so perfectly captured Bilbo, I think Daniel Coxell has captured Ian Holm as Bilbo Baggins.
There's something very rewarding when you see that our team have captured a depth of detail, personality, character, and a sense of place to that level of accuracy that you really feel that you're in the world.
When all of those pieces go in, it's just such a visually textural thing to look at. And just the theme, the whole layout, it just works.
This is a collectible that, much like Tolkien's story of the Lord of the Rings, kind of grew in the telling. And so it became bigger and more involved and more crazy and more inclusive as we went along. So acknowledging that, we chose to make this a split release collectible where you have the large version with all the bells and whistles, but then you also have a version for our classic series which really just focuses in on the heart of the scene, which is Bilbo at his desk.
When you actually see this piece all assembled, you can understand entirely how everyone's input has played a part in the overall of something so beautiful. It is so heartwarming.
Having all of those different minds coming together to create one final piece that everybody is happy with is just a level of collaboration on a creative scale. It's just such a joy to be involved in.